Imagine opening your pantry 3 months from now and seeing it full, rows of grains, beans, canned goods, and staples, enough to feed your family for an entire season, without stress, without scrambling, and without spending more than $50 a week to get there. That's not a dream, that's a plan. And today, we are going to walk through it together, step by step. It just takes a little knowledge, a little consistency, and the right roadmap. In this video, we're breaking down exactly how an average family can build a full 3-month food supply on a $50 weekly budget. We're talking real food, practical food, food your family will actually eat. If you stay with us all the way to the end, you'll have a complete working system you can start this week. Let's get to it. Before we talk about what to buy, we need to talk about how to think. Most people approach food storage backwards. They see a sale on canned corn, they buy 20 cans, and they stack them in a corner somewhere. A year later, half of those cans are expired. Nobody in the family likes canned corn, and the whole effort feels like a waste. Building a real food supply, one that serves your family in a genuine way, starts with intention. And intention starts with 3 simple questions. Question 1, who are you feeding? Count your people. Adults, children, elderly family members, anyone who regularly eats in your home. Take note of any dietary restrictions, allergies, medical needs, strong food preferences. A food supply that nobody wants to eat isn't really a supply at all, it's just storage. Question 2, how much does your family actually eat? This is where most guides skip over the details. The general rule for emergency food planning is 2,000 calories per adult per day. Children typically need between 1,200 and 1,800 calories depending on age. When you're building a 3-month supply, you're looking at roughly 90 days of meals. That means breakfast, lunch, dinner, and simple snacks, multiplied by every person in your home. Don't let that number intimidate you. We're not going to build it all at once. We're going to build it slowly, steadily, and affordably, $50 at a time. Question 3, what foods does your family already eat? This is the most important question of all. The best food system is built around foods your family knows and enjoys, not survival rations, not food you'd only eat in an emergency. Real, familiar food, staples that rotate naturally in and out of your kitchen. Think about your weekly dinners. What proteins do you use most? What grains or starches show up on your table regularly? What canned or frozen vegetables does your family reach for? Those are the foods your supply should be built around. The 4 pillars of a practical food supply. Once you've answered those 3 questions, you're ready to build your plan around what we call the 4 pillars of a practical food supply. Pillar 1, caloric staples. These are your high-calorie, long shelf-life foundation foods. We're talking rice, dried beans, lentils, oats, pasta, flour, and cornmeal. These foods are inexpensive, store for years when properly sealed, and form the backbone of countless meals. They're not glamorous, but they are essential. For a family of 4, you're aiming to store approximately 25 to 30 pounds of rice, 20 pounds of dried beans or lentils, 10 pounds of oats, and 10 to 15 pounds of pasta over the course of your build. Pillar 2, proteins. Protein keeps your family strong and satisfied. In a pantry-based food supply, your protein sources include canned meats, tuna, salmon, chicken, and sardines, as well as canned beans, peanut butter, and shelf-stable eggs or egg powder. If your homestead includes livestock or a freezer supply, those count here too. But for this guide, we're focusing entirely on shelf-stable pantry goods. Pillar 3, fats and oils. This is the most overlooked pillar, and it's a critical one. Fats provide concentrated energy and make food palatable over the long term. Shelf-stable options include coconut oil, olive oil, vegetable oil, and shortening. Canned or jarred nut butters also fall in this category. Aim to store at least 2 to 3 large containers of cooking oil per month of supply you're building. Pillar 4, flavor, nutrition, and morale. This pillar is what separates a survivable food supply from a livable one. Salt, sugar, honey, vinegar, baking powder, baking soda, dried herbs, spices, bouillon cubes, soy sauce, hot sauce, these are the items that turn a bowl of beans and rice into a real meal. Canned tomatoes, tomato paste, and coconut milk also belong here. Don't underestimate the power of flavor in keeping your family's spirits steady during a difficult time. Setting up your storage space. You don't need a special room or an expensive shelving system to store food properly. What you do need is a space that is cool, dry, and dark. Heat is the enemy of shelf life. A pantry that regularly exceeds 75 degrees Fahrenheit will shorten the life of your stored food significantly. If you're in a warmer climate, a basement, interior closet, or climate-controlled space is ideal. Moisture is the second enemy. Never store food directly on a concrete floor. Moisture can wick up through packaging. Use pallets, wooden boards, or plastic shelving to keep everything elevated. Light accelerates the degradation of oils and vitamins. Store food away from windows or in opaque containers. For packaging, your best friends are Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers for long-term grain storage, airtight food-grade plastic buckets, and the original sealed packaging for canned and store-bought goods. Label everything with the purchase date. Rotate your stock using the first-in, first-out method. Older items move to the front, newer items go to the back. Your pre-shopping checklist. Before you spend your first $50, take 30 minutes to do these 3 things. 1. Take a full inventory of what you already have. You may be surprised how much of a start you already have sitting in your kitchen. 2. Write down your family's 10 most eaten meals. These are the meals your supply is going to be built to support. 3. Identify your storage space and make sure it's clean, cool, dry, and ready to receive goods. Once those 3 things are done, you're ready to shop. This is the practical heart of the whole system. $50 a week, 12 to 13 weeks, and by the end, a genuine 3-month food supply sitting in your home. Now, $50 doesn't go the same distance everywhere. Prices vary by region, by store, and by season, but the principles we're about to walk through work regardless of where you shop. We'll give you a flexible framework, not a rigid shopping list, so you can adapt it to your local prices and your family's needs. We've divided the 12-week build into 3 phases. Phase 1, weeks 1 through 4, laying the foundation. In the first month, your entire focus is on caloric staples. These are the foods that will anchor every meal in your supply, and they're almost always the most affordable items per pound at any grocery store. Week 1, rice and beans. Use your $50 to buy as much rice and dried beans as you reasonably can, while leaving a small budget for a few supporting items. A 20-pound bag of long-grain white rice typically runs between $10 and $14, depending on your area. 2 or 3 pounds each of black beans, pinto beans, and lentils will add another $8 to $12. Fill the remainder with a large container of iodized salt and a bottle of cooking oil. What you've just bought will provide thousands of calories and can be stretched across dozens of meals. That is your foundation. Week 2, oats, pasta, and canned goods. This week, shift your focus to breakfast staples and pasta. A large canister of rolled oats, 3 to 5 pounds of pasta in your family's preferred shapes, and a jar of peanut butter should land well within budget. Add 4 to 6 cans of diced tomatoes and 2 cans of tomato paste. These will become the base for soups, stews, and pasta sauces throughout your supply. Week 3, proteins. This week is dedicated to building your protein shelf. Canned tuna and canned chicken are among the most affordable protein sources available at any grocery store. Buy as many cans as your budget allows. Aim for at least 12 to 15 cans total. Add a large jar of peanut butter if you didn't last week, and pick up a canister of powdered milk, which provides both protein and calcium. Week 4. Fats, sweeteners, and leavening. Round out your first month with the items that make cooking possible and food enjoyable. A large bottle of vegetable or coconut oil, a 5-pound bag of sugar, a jar of honey, a container of baking powder, and a box of baking soda. These items have long shelf lives and enormous utility in your kitchen. Pick up a few bouillon cubes or a jar of bouillon powder to add depth to soups and rice dishes. By the end of week 4, you have roughly 1 month's worth of basic caloric coverage for your family, and you've spent around $200. Phase 2, weeks 5 through 8, deepening and diversifying. In the second month, you're not starting over, you're building on top of what you already have. Your job in phase 2 is to double down on what's working, fill in gaps, and begin adding variety. Week 5, double your grains. Go back to rice, beans, and oats and simply buy more. You're not changing the strategy, you're strengthening the base. This is also a good week to add flour if you have a way to use it. A 5-pound bag of all-purpose flour opens a world of baking. Bread, biscuits, pancakes, flatbreads, and adds enormous versatility to your supply. Week 6, canned vegetables and fruits. This week, focus on nutritional variety. Canned corn, green beans, peas, carrots, and mixed vegetables are affordable and calorie-dense. Add a few cans of fruit, peaches, pears, or mandarin oranges, for both nutrition and morale. Canned fruit is often overlooked in food storage planning, but it provides natural sugars, vitamins, and a welcome change of flavor in a long-term supply. Week 7, more proteins and comfort foods. Add another round of canned meats and expand your protein options with a bag of split peas or chickpeas. This is also the week to think about comfort. What foods bring your family a sense of normalcy? Cocoa powder, instant coffee, tea bags, a few boxes of mac and cheese, or shelf-stable snack items. These items may not be essential nutritionally, but they matter greatly for morale. Week 8, spices, condiments, and long-term staples. Your spice shelf is your secret weapon. This week, build it intentionally. Garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, chili powder, Italian seasoning, black pepper, and paprika are the core 5-star lineup. Add a bottle of soy sauce, a bottle of vinegar, and a container of hot sauce if your family uses it. These items cost very little but transform your entire food supply from plain to genuinely enjoyable. By the end of week 8, you're approaching 2 months of coverage, and your supply has real depth and variety. Phase 3, weeks 9 through 12, completing and strengthening. In the final month, you're filling the last gaps, reinforcing your strongest categories, and making sure your 3-month supply is complete, balanced, and ready to serve your family. Week 9, strengthen your weakest category. Look at what you have. Where are the gaps? Do you have enough protein, enough cooking oil, enough variety in your grains? This week, intentionally shore up whichever category is thinnest. Week 10, add a secondary grain. Cornmeal is an excellent choice here. It's inexpensive, calorie-dense, and extraordinarily versatile. You can make cornbread, grits, polenta, tortillas, and porridge from a single bag. A 5-pound bag of cornmeal typically costs $2 to $3 and stores beautifully. Week 11, expand your canned goods. Go back through your canned goods and think about what you'd want more of in a real pinch. More canned beans, more fish, more tomatoes, more soup? Fill those shelves strategically. Also consider adding a few cans of coconut milk. They're incredibly useful for curries, soups, and rice dishes, and add both fat and flavor. Week 12, final gaps, treats, and celebration. In your final week, fill the last small gaps and allow yourself to add a few treats. A bag of hard candy, a few packages of hot cocoa, and some shelf-stable snack items for the children. You've just built a 3-month food supply for your family. That deserves a small celebration. Building the supply is only half the work. The second half, and the half that most people skip, is learning how to maintain it. A food storage system that sits untouched on a shelf isn't really a living part of your household. Over time, it expires, gets forgotten, and eventually becomes more of a burden than a resource. The goal is to build a supply that is alive, one that flows in and out of your kitchen naturally, stays fresh, and grows stronger over time. The rotation principle. The single most important practice in long-term food storage is first in, first out rotation. The principle is simple. When you add new items to your pantry, the older items move forward and the newer items go behind them. You always cook with the oldest items first. This way, nothing sits long enough to expire, and your supply is constantly refreshed without waste. To make this work practically, your shelving setup matters. Deep shelves with front access are ideal. You can slide older cans to the front and stock new ones from the back. If you're working with limited space, even a simple rule of pulling older items forward each time you restock will serve you well. Label everything. Use a permanent marker or a simple masking tape label to write the month and year of purchase on every can, bag, and container. This takes 30 seconds per item and saves you from ever having to guess what's oldest. Integrating your supply into daily cooking. Here's a mindset shift that changes everything. Your food supply is not an emergency reserve. It is your pantry. The families who maintain the strongest food supplies are the ones who cook from them regularly. They make a pot of beans and rice on Tuesday and restock those beans at the next grocery run. They open a can of tuna for lunch on Thursday and replace it at the store on Saturday. Their supply is always full because it is always moving. This approach does two powerful things. First, it ensures that your stored food never expires because you're actually eating it. Second, it makes your family comfortable and familiar with the foods in your supply, so that in a genuinely difficult season, the food feels normal rather than strange. Start by incorporating 2 or 3 pantry-based meals into your weekly rotation: a simple bean soup, a rice and vegetable stir-fry, a pasta dish made from your stored tomatoes and canned protein. These meals are inexpensive, nutritious, and they keep your supply alive. Shelf Life Reference Guide. Understanding how long your stored foods last is essential for good rotation planning. Here is a practical reference. White rice, stored in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, can last 20 to 30 years. In its original packaging, plan for 2 to 3 years. Dried beans have a similar profile. They remain safe to eat almost indefinitely, though their cooking quality and nutritional density begin to decline after 5 to 10 years. Rolled oats keep well for 1 to 2 years in original packaging and up to 30 years when vacuum sealed. Pasta, flour, and cornmeal typically last 1 to 2 years on the shelf and longer when sealed. Canned goods vary by type. High-acid canned goods, tomatoes, citrus, vinegar-based items are best used within 2 to 3 years. Low-acid canned goods, vegetables, meats, beans can remain safe and nutritious for 5 years or longer, though quality begins to gradually decline. Always inspect cans before opening. Bulging lids, off smells, or unusual textures are signs that a can should be discarded. Cooking oils last approximately 1 to 2 years, with coconut oil being among the most shelf-stable. Honey, when stored in a sealed container, does not expire. Salt and white sugar also store indefinitely in a dry, sealed environment. Seasonal additions and garden integration. If you grow a garden or have access to local seasonal produce, your food supply can grow even stronger with home preservation. Canning your own tomatoes, beans, or fruit extends your supply with homegrown food at almost zero cost, beyond time and canning supplies. Dehydrating herbs, vegetables, and fruits adds variety and nutrition for pennies per serving. Even a small freezer stocked with garden produce or foraged items significantly extends the range of your family's food security. This is where homesteading and food storage truly intersect. The pantry you build with $50 a week becomes the foundation. The garden, the orchard, the chickens, the dehydrator, those become the layers that strengthen it season by season. When life gets tight, how to use your supply wisely. There will be seasons, financial, health-related, or circumstantial, when your family needs to lean on what you've stored. That is exactly what it's there for. When that time comes, approach your supply with a plan. Identify your highest calorie, most versatile items and build your meals around them. Stretch proteins with beans and grains. Use your spices to keep meals varied and satisfying. Make bread from your flour. Cook soups that stretch a small amount of protein across multiple servings. A 3-month food supply, used wisely, is not 3 months of eating poorly, it is 3 months of eating simply, and there is real dignity and real peace in knowing that your family is fed regardless of what's happening in the world outside your door. You started this video without a plan. You're ending it with one. You know how to think about food storage. You know how to build it slowly and affordably. You know how to keep it alive and rotating, and you know how to use it when your family needs it most. Building a 3-month food supply on $50 a week is not a dramatic act. It is a quiet, steady, deeply practical one, the kind of thing that doesn't make headlines but changes the way a family lives. Start this week. Buy your rice and your beans. Label your shelves. Write down your family's 10 favorite meals. Take the first step, however small. The pantry you build over the next 12 weeks could be one of the most meaningful things you do for your family this year. If this video gave you something useful, we'd love for you to stick around. Subscribe to The Provident Acker for new videos every week on food storage, homesteading, gardening, and building a life of genuine self-sufficiency, one practical step at a time. There's a lot more where this came from. We'll see you in the next one.